Now, fighting between the army and the paramilitaries in Sudan has killed around 200 people and wounded at least 1,800. Hospitals have been damaged in the urban warfare and aid efforts as a result have been hampered. Over the weekend, a weeks-long power struggle exploded into deadly violence between the forces of two generals who seized power in a 2021 coup. It's a fight between Sudan's army chief, Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, and his deputy, Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, who commands the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. Battles have taken place throughout the country and there are fears of regional spillover. Analysts say the fighting in the capital of a chronically unstable country is unprecedented and could be prolonged despite calls for a ceasefire. European Union's ambassador to Sudan was attacked in his home in Khartoum on Monday. Josep Borrell, the bloc's top diplomat, said that the security of diplomatic premises and staff is a primary responsibility of the Sudanese authorities and their legal obligation. The smoke from fires triggered by the fighting hangs in the air. Residents of the capital, they're spending the last and holiest days of Ramadan watching tanks roll through the streets and buildings shake. The conflict has seen airstrikes, artillery and heavy gunfire. Those compelled to venture out face queues for bread and petrol at outlets which aren't shuttered. Residents are also dealing with power outages. The head of the UN mission to Sudan told the Security Council that at least 185 people have been killed and another 1,800 wounded.
More than 180 fatalities, people killed, more than 1,800 injured, including 3 colleagues from the World Food Programme who have been killed while trying to serve the Sudanese people in North Darfur.
Now, earlier on Monday, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres again urged Sudan's warring parties to immediately cease hostilities. The UN chief warned that further escalation could be devastating for the country and the wider region.
Strongly condemned the outbreak of fighting that is taking place in Sudan and appeal to the leaders of the Sudanese armed forces and the rapid support forces to immediately cease hostilities, restore calm, and begin a dialogue to resolve the crisis. The situation has already led to horrendous loss of life, including many civilians. Any further escalation could be devastating for the country and the region.
Now, the official doctors' union warned fighting had heavily damaged multiple hospitals in Khartoum and other cities. Some hospitals are completely out of service. The WHO had warned that Khartoum hospitals tending to wounded civilians have run out of blood, transfusion equipment, intravenous fluids and key supplies. Remember, 3 UN World Food Programme staff were also among those killed in Darfur on Saturday. A number of organizations have temporarily suspended operations in the country, where 1/3 of the population needs aid. Diplomatic maneuvers seemed to ramp up on Monday as the fighting showed no signs of abating. Egypt announced that it had discussed with Saudi, South Sudan and Djibouti, all close allies of Sudan, the need to make every effort to preserve stability and safety. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi called on the two warring sides to return to the negotiating table. He said that he was working on the return of Egyptian military trainers captured Saturday at an airbase by paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. The Gulf Emirate Qatar spoke to African Union Commission head, who is planning to immediately undertake a ceasefire mission. There are no more civilian flights arriving in Khartoum, where fighting has damaged aircraft. Meanwhile, some analysts have flagged the risk of Sudan turning into a fragmented state.
السيناريو المتشائم هو أن تستمر معارك الكر والفر لأسابيع وأشهر ويتحول السودان إلى بلد يعني متفتت. تظهر على الساحة أيضا التنظيمات المسلحة والميليشيات المسلحة اللي بعضها له قواعد في الخرطوم.
Sudan's Army Chief al-Burhan and his deputy Dagalo disagree over the planned integration of the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces into the regular army. Both claim to be in control of key sites including the airport and the presidential palace. On Monday, the army resumed broadcasting on state TV. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.